Hello, so I'd like to start my study review for today. So this video's purpose is to just review what I did today. It's not like teaching code or anything. It's not like tutorial. I just want to improve my explanation skills and speaking skills because I believe when I want to work in a team, this is going to be really important skills. And also by reviewing my code, it just stick in my brain more. So yeah, I'll start. Mm, what I did today first is this. I learned Flexbox. So for like this display flex, making this group this Flexbox and flex direction. What is flex direction? Oh yeah, flex direction rule means making those the horizontal. Oh, so it's making horizontal view. I see. Mm. So for this one, with Flex, if you add like more text on a different paragraph, so it expands. But the other side of um, not only this one expand, but the one that attached in a like in a same group Flex also expand the height. That is Flex. Hmm. So if you use Flex 1, then it works as uh, it works like one FR. So div text 1 has is taking the space as the size of this text size. And for this one, it's using flex 1 and it's taking all whole space of the side. It's like 1 FR. And this is also taking, and this is like 1 FR and 2 FR. So 1 FR is taking 1/3 of the space of the left side, I mean, left space after of this. Yeah, so it's taking 1/3 of the space on the right side, and this is taking 2/3 of the space of this group. The difference of flex and grid is that the size of the in grid, the size of these block is decided when you right, the size. But with flex, also if grid switches, like this switches here or this switches here, then the size also changes. This size become the same size as this, and this size become this size. Well, by using flex, you can actually like just swap the place and not changing any size. So this flex one size will be same size when it's on the left, and this div one text size will have the same size and go to the right. So that is the difference of grid and flex. So when do you want to use flex? For example, in YouTube sign in, uh, the display on the header is different when you are signed in and signed out. So by using flex, you can change the size of the header depends on what box you have there. And that's when you want to use flex. This is using justify content. Um, by using justify content, you can place those boxes on the left or center or right side, start, center, or end. And I'm using end, so it's on the rightmost side right now. If you change it to like start, then it shows left. And center is in the middle, I guess? Yeah. Yeah. So this space between is another thing about justify content. The space between, so it spreads out the element evenly, like this, evenly across the horizontal space. In each element, there's equally sized space. The element becomes spread and the space is the same, evenly spread. So that is space between. Nothing changed. Oh, it changed. Okay. So align items. It specifies the place of these text of the vertical space. So if you say start, it's placed on the top of the box. And it only takes the space of the text size. Since it is only one line, it doesn't need much space. And if you place it center, then it goes center. If it's end, it placed on the bottom. So that is what align items is. Align filling. Uh, so that was about Flex and YouTube. So I'm making websites that looks like YouTube or just practice. Did I add anything? I think I just changed the place of these header in header class, header div. I put left section, middle section, and right section, and search bar inside middle section. And also I replaced the CSS file here, and then instead of having CSS here, I made another other file called header videos in general. In video CSS, you have all CSS about bodies. In general, I'm applying margin and yeah, I'm just adjusting margin. And since it is like those general thing like body or paragraph, I made the CSS file general. And header. Header is the CSS for only this header section. So new thing I learned here is max width. So yeah, by using max width, you can control the size of the width of this div. So if you specify to like 100, oh, yeah, so the max width become 100, so it doesn't expand. But if you set it to like 500, then it can expand like this. It's changing the size of this middle section. So that was max width. Yeah, so I think that was it for today. So I learned flex and header and separating CSS. Yeah, so that was my learning of HTML today and CSS. So I did this problem today. The curling of Strathorom or something. Um, in this problem, when you have a string value, you look for I, upper letter I or small letter I, and you get rid of the left side of this I and right side of this I and also I from the string. So you get S, T, and get rid of them, and G. And it is the same on this one. Like 1, I, 2. So you get rid of all of these, and you don't need to get rid of anything here, and you get rid of this and that, and these, and the left side of 5 here. So as a result, we get 33 and 5. And also you want to get rid of the space like here, here. But if it's on a separate location, you need to have at least one space. So that's what the problem was. And I did it with Java. Um, yeah, that's my code. Let's test with string. Yeah, so it shows STG. I ignore this. So I want to explain what I did here. First, I look at the number of I in this string. So that's what it's 1. Since there's only one I inside this string, so there's only one. And the reason I want to find the number of I inside the string is to use this for loop. If there's only one, then you can use it only once. So what it's doing here is index of, so it's getting the index of I by using index of. So in this case, I is on 0, 1, 2, 3. So this index is 3. And you want to as I said, you want to get rid of the left side of the I and right side of the I. I'm specifying those integers. Now apparently this index of only counts one I. So if there's string like, if this is the case, then this index of shows 1. Not 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 1. That's why I want to like first look for I, first I, and the second I after getting rid of that first I. That's why I wanted to count the number of I inside that string to have a correct number of loops. This is the case I is placed on the leftmost place. If this I is on the left side and there's nothing on the left and there's nothing to get rid of on the left side, so it's gonna show error. So in that case, I want to get rid of only right part and the index part, I part. And if it's on not the first place, I want to get rid of right side and index and left side, those three characters. I'm putting this string str is equal like string to string because if I don't change this value, it doesn't, this index gets, oh no, it's not, this as if you don't replace with the string to string, you get value from this every time, which is not deleted yet. So the first I is gonna be uh, chosen here, which deletes wrong thing. That's why I'm putting this string to string right here in SDR. And yeah, once you get rid of them, then you're getting SDR. And this is for getting rid of, without this, I got the value of like multiple spaces. If I have, in this case, I don't have it, but if I have multiple words, I got like 2 spaces or 3 spaces, but it's replacing those space more than one space to one space. So that there's gonna be only one space in each word. If those sentences are, even if it's those sentences are separated. This was unnecessary, but I did it before I noticed. So I just left it. Um, what is? Oh, I think I got rid of the one that I wanted to analyze. I think I found the one that replaced only the first letter. So it was like replace first. So if there's string, it's gonna be string if you replace with blank. And I wanted to get rid of this blank on a first index. So by using replace first, I could delete this space and replace it with no space string. Anyway, I did print and I got this value. It worked with string, but it didn't work when I have multiple I or a small letter I. Yeah, so the problem is when there are multiple I, it deletes other I. And if I delete that I, it cannot delete around that I that was supposed to exist. I don't know whether it makes sense. When the I's deleted, then it can that I should have deleted other letters, but since that I's deleted, it cannot get those right side or left side of that I. So it's not deleting what it should have deleted. And I also don't know the way to detect both capital I and small I. So that was my problem. And I couldn't, yeah, solve everything. But it took too long. Yeah, I took so much time to just write this really bad code. So I just checked the answer eventually. Yeah, one of the person, one of people um, writes this answer. So the problem I had was like detecting capital letter I and small letter I, and yeah, he has a genius idea. So it's replacing those all small I to bigger I so that you don't need to detect both of them. You can just detect only capital I. And this is a loop. And this one, if there's space, then it adds that space in that answer STR. I don't really know why you need to have this though. I need to test more and see. So for this one, if that letter is I or left side or right side are I, then it doesn't go through. It means like this if statement cannot be occur if there's I on the left side or right side. And what I did was deleting I deleting left side of I and right side of I. But instead of doing that, he's doing like adding the letters which are not the left side or right side of the I. So that my problem will be solved with this because my problem was I was deleting the I, which makes it impossible to delete the letter that's supposed to be deleted. But by just adding, you don't need to delete I, so you can how to say you can place correct I. Um, you can place correct word, correct letters in answer STR. You can specifically place first. Oh, this is what I was. This is what I found. That was from the answer. Yeah, so it's specifically replacing the first letter to like when you have multiple spaces, it's changing to one. Yeah. Yeah, so once you get word from this, if there's like multiple spaces, it replaces with one space. And by using answer str.trim, then you can get rid of the beginning and the end. Yeah, so that was his answer. Hmm. What I noticed is my explanation is not smooth at all, especially when I was telling about HTML, HTML. Probably I should decide what to talk first, and after that I can start recording. Yeah, so that was my study today, and I definitely need to review this code again tomorrow when I wake up or something. And since I'm learning JavaScript more than Java right now, I'm gonna convert this code to JavaScript to see the syntax. So yeah, that was my review today. It's almost New Year, oh my god.